through that. Unclear fixed expenses. As you go through your GL and you're looking at all the fixed expenses for 1 month, the other thing the checker is trying to categorize properly. And I guarantee you, you're going to find a marketing expense put into office expenses. So you're advertising marketing. One or two areas is fine, but if you're going to do those things, and there's lots of things categorized correctly, you lose the confidence of your lender. Your bank starts to go, do you really know your expenses? And this is quite common. So please go through the exercise of going through 1 month. Understanding CapEx. If you invest in research and development, website, something that has longevity that's in the last 5 years, you can capitalize that and put that on your balance sheet as an asset. Most bookkeepers won't know to do that. They're just going to take expenses and book them into the P&L and make their profit look horrible. So if you're presenting to an investor, this is something to look out for. Make sure that you have a presentable balance sheet. Inaccurate shareholder loan. This is a common mistake that I see. As founders, you probably use your personal credit card, you use your personal bank account to purchase business expenses. You probably put 100 grand into the business, but your bookkeeper doesn't know that, and so your shareholder loan is showing a 0 on your balance sheet, but you're actually owed 100 grand. That's a problem, because when you talk to your investor and you say, well, I'm owed 100 grand, well, your balance sheet doesn't say that. So your balance sheet isn't mirroring reality. It's not showing what's actually happening. Pull up your AR aging report and your AP aging report. Tell me your oldest receivable and tell me your oldest payable. It's possible that when you do that, you're going to find receivables 3 years old.
So we're a not-for-profit organization. We've been around for about 40 years, and we offer frameworks and tools and resources to organizations to help them just sort of be better at what they're doing. So whether it's employee wellness programs, making their business processes operate a little bit more efficiently. We're probably best known for our awards programs. So we have 2 awards programs. This one's been around for about 10 years, and it recognizes small, medium-sized organizations for basically their practices in innovation, employee satisfaction, customer engagement. And then our larger award is based on a set of standards.
So you have the website already or no? So where do you sell your product? On the website?
Well, we did this year, so it's not this year. We took it off this year.
So you want to upgrade the website?
We're not upgrading it. Because we change how we're selling the product, we're changing how we're packaging it. So for example, people usually will just buy people want to also buy individual stuff. So we sell the package like tomatoes and everything as one. And they want to buy individually, so we're going to re-upload it as such. So we don't have the regular settings as we had before. We delete all of that, and then we're doing it for the next season. We have already done purchases this year, and then we're doing it for the next season. And we do a sales event, so there's a time when they can own the purchase.
No, my concern is, are you interested in upgrading this website?
We were thinking of upgrading it. We're just going to re-upload the things that we sell, but this time split it up instead of one package.
Okay.
I don't think that's upgrading. It's not upgrading.
No, so it's this entire look and feel of the website.
Yeah.
It's if you want to build your website with the current trends, what is the market trend right now?
What's the trend like?
So
We're not
let's say,
looking-
yeah, I have to zoom in everything, right?
Yes, yes.
It's not mobile friendly website,
Right.
so we can do that.
Okay. So what would a more mobile friendly look like? What would a more
So any website which is easy to use, like let's
We are
say.
specialized in like if you have a business, okay, no pictures, sorry.
This is
Yeah. So if you have a business, what we can do, like we do the data analytical research that what your competitors are actually doing, and on basis of that we give you a marketing plan. And we are an official partner with the Shopify, Meta, and the Google. So whatever the advice or the research comes, it's on the proper analytical purpose only.
let's say this is one of our clients. Okay, you see, everything is mobile friendly. Like you don't need to zoom in or
Develop, but
anything.
it depends. Like
Yeah.
if you are having which kind of business you have.
Are you looking for
kindly
such services?
Suggest you that let's go for a Shopify website. Might be the big right platform for you. Might be the Square
Yeah.
platform for
especially
you.
when you already have
Depends on the business, and then we
But
advise
you
you
think about it, because maybe if we get it like that, we might get more on business.
Yes, of course.
No, we have
Because
our own
90% people are using
We are
mobile
having
to
15
see your business and not the web.
technology.
Not the laptop
That's how we
anymore.
are now growing. Like we have our operation in
That's
United
something
States as well,
positive for
and
next
this is the
year
first
now.
event we are doing.
Yeah, and so we are currently having an offer. Each duck is having a discount. You get it for $10, and the minimum discount is $200. So let's say if you are interested in website services, our website charge start from $1,000. If you are lucky, you will also get discount of $500.
What we decided is we're doing it.
Okay,
You know, give us some time.
okay, no problem.
Thank you. Are you stationed in Toronto?
No, Alberta, Fort McMurray.
You're in Alberta? You flew all the way out to here
Yeah.
today? Holy crap. But the good thing is that this service can be provided online, right?
It can be, but the physical presence have more trust.
All right. We would talk. Your name is Shanila?
Sneha.
You're in Sneha. All right. Nice meeting you. And thank
Same
you
here.
very much.
Requirement, and then maybe we can see.
But that's good though. I never expected that, from Alberta flying today. For Alberta is big, man.
Man fly from Mexico to get
Well, you have a point there. You have a point there.
so that's right.
Can I book the bed? Take it louder. I have a presentation in 2 hours. I have to be there for it.
Travelers? So you're going to start with travelers. Congratulations, you either get the job or the position. Create a profile for them and send them a registration email that says, hey, we work with Red HR for our HRIS.
I'm good, darling.
Do you guys have business
Because you guys are while you're hiring them, you can populate their profile with everything they need to see for onboarding. So contracts, policies, or anything they need to fill out. Maybe they need to submit their licensing or any type of training that they need to, certifications that you guys have reviewed to make sure that they can work with you. They can submit all that through right to the streamline again with the onboarding process.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
Exactly. So once they start with you, you can put in their vacation time. This is how many days I've already taken through the year. Sick days and lateness, the same thing. If they want to request a day off, too, they can request vacation. So I'm going to drop that
Last year,
family has. They just hand it out. I think I'd be I don't think either. I'm a Leafs fan, so yeah. Sounds like everyone's like, oh, sure for Canada. And I'm like, the only Canadian team I want to win is the Leafs.
That's the same as my husband. He's like,
Like their value add is that they customize things to dealerships, and our value add is like the baseball game.
Yes, thank you.
No, we offer living benefits for the people that are self-business or business owners, or even people that work somewhere, like they have already benefits, but we cover them, like we cover the gaps, we cover them more. So we offer disabilities, critical illness, hospitalization, life insurance. It covers you like one of our clients can cover you up to $12,000 per month for the time that you are not able to work. Like anything happens, sickness or accident, you cannot work, you will be paid cash, tax-free.
So does this work also for self-employed individuals?
Sorry, I didn't hear. Can you type louder?
Does this apply to self-employed individuals?
Oh yes, specifically we work with the individuals, self-employed individuals. Yes. Okay. So, do you have your card?
Yeah, let me see if I have any more left.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Let me see if I have any more left.
What do you do?
We do farming.
Farming. Oh, great. And you say?
No more card. I'm out of cards.
Okay, so here. Give me your information.
I think one of your colleagues that I know as a business coach, I train young leaders.
I'm interested to talk to you.
A few of young leaders with
I have 14
who
people.
are selling sales marketing. I can coach you. And help you to take your business to the next level. Right? That's some of what and really how to build a great team. So if you want a great team of leaders,
Okay, let me read it.
show you how to do that.
Spell it for me. Okay, that's CA. Okay. What about your phone number?
647
Okay.
852
52. Okay.
43
Uh-huh.
00.
00. And your name is?
Leroy.
Leroy. Leroy. Leroy. Great, thank you. I will call you and I can show you what we have, how we can cover it. Okay? Great, yes.
Thank you very
Sure,
much.
I'll help you.
Oh, sorry.
एक्टिव भी नहीं है ये
But at least it's nice, you know, for you guys, right? Like, I'm sure it's weird, I know, when you like spend all this time with people and you never meet them.
two times on your business listings.
Yeah.
So, a lot of just essentially.
Cookie guys?
So again, here.
Smell the cookies till you're softening me up for what?
I'm what? I'm softening you up? Wow.
It's working, by the way.
It's working? Okay. Well, we're here from Canada Life talking to small business owners about the opportunity to offer benefits, like insurance benefits to employees. Do you have employees?
Yes, you're a large corporation.
It's just you. Okay. Well, do you have insurance for yourself? Like health and dental benefits? Okay. As long as you have it.
Which is why I have a passport.
Okay. To get the insurance. Smart. Yeah, so we offer individualized insurance plans. So you don't have to be with the company, you don't have to have multiple employees, but even just yourself as an individual, there's coverage that's there for you as well. Yeah, so if you go to CanadaLife.com, it's got we don't have a brochure, yeah. It's just the website, CanadaLife.com. Do you want me to write this down?
What's up? You enjoying the Expo? Yeah. I baked them. Grab some. Hey, Tim. Yeah, all good, man. I didn't look at that other links here, too. I'm going to look at it. The other one. Thank you, sir. And you are?
My name is Michelle. Yeah.
And these cookies work, by the way.
Work?
They work. Where is it, man? Okay, you finish that slide, you walk over. I took it out. Yeah, we went to the career fair now. Were you there? Were you over by the career fair? No, I wasn't. Okay. No worries, man. We're just walking around.
So now you understand.
No contact, no links, nothing. I've been on the links.
So we do a lot of important guys to do times art facilitating person. So now what they did was we put it as a so we did a virtual tour of Ireland, and we listed each person and now people can sure that photo piece and also sell it online, right? And there's the price online, there's the specifications online, et cetera, right? So people can enough to spend the vacation, they can shop anywhere internationally. Okay? And again, straight on the website. Don't need to go anywhere else embedded. Like they're still in the same ecosystem of the business.
There's a lot of
To create this, right?
and even when I
Well, as I mentioned, so we offer all these services and kind of our brand, do that, to do virtual services.
everyone wants that.
We can also do something called social media refreshment with business minutes, videos, pregnancies, online.
I agree. I agree. Glad to see what's going on.
So we just come in for a few hours and we got 4 hours of content.
Other day or huh?
Which
Are you saying other
is
day?
great, especially if you're trying to
Going around
employ this kind of social media. Yeah, I already mentioned all of this, right? I should be there. So go up, attract customers, increase conversion, see location 24/7, enhance customer convenience. Make sure they see you. That's the only message that I have at the end of this.
Before that, it's the show.
And make sure you have, this is one of the tools, the marketing. You can invest so much in your location, right? You can invest so much money into
is a branding and to make it look nice. But then if people don't see it, they won't know. So make sure they see it so they actually come in. Okay? And the ROI on that, meaning the return on investment, is pretty high, meaning that the total might cost you $400, right? But then the amount of clientele you will get and the amount of business you'll get from that is exponential. You're talking about 10x. So this is probably the best way, the best money you can invest in. That's it. Thanks a lot, guys. So if you have it, so you can take a picture of this. So let's say if you don't own a business, or if your clients have a business, right? You say you're a digital marketer or consultant for them. Take a picture of this, and then they'll get $100. So yes, right? That's all information. Any questions?
You're going to get to a point where you're going to want to pay yourself maybe like
Yes,
a salary,
no.
and that might change every month. You might want to save 1,000,
Sorry?
2,500 the next month. It changes. We can
Okay,
help you with that.
then we're good.
Because
We're
then
done. Thank you so much, guys.
we're going to remit your taxes to the CRA. We're going to provide you with a
Thank you
pay
so much
slip.
for that
So
presentation.
then, personally, when you go to the bank, you have pay slips personally, and you have your business documents, which helps, right? Once you become incorporated, you want to be able to show the pay slips. It does, right? Because when you go for like a loan or a car loan or anything like that, when you're a business owner, it's much harder, right? If you're actually paying yourself and you have pay slips, it shows that you're actually doing your due diligence to pay to the CRA, and you're just more grounded as a business owner. Yeah.
It has registered clearly.
Yeah. No, it's important.
So like to offer this service, you have to pay like a monthly fee or something.
Yeah, so if you're paying yourself monthly, which is what most people that are incorporated do, they just pay themselves once a month, it's $24 a month. And we're making sure that you're compliant with the CRA, we're giving you the pay slips, we're giving you your year end, so you get a T4 and everything else. And at the end of the day, you have everything in one bucket.
Do you also do the deductions for like
CPP, yeah.
Up next is the Power Pitch, storytelling that gets you funding. Presented by Naz Nurani and Hamad Siddiqui from the Canada Startup Association.
Lovely meeting you.
Raising capital isn't just about numbers. It's about crafting a story that sticks. In this live demo, they'll guide you through the fundable story framework, helping founders build pitches that investors remember and believe in. Get ready for a quick storytelling masterclass, hands-on practice, and a chance to sharpen your pitch in real time. Let's welcome Naz and Hamad.
Thank you, thank you. Who wants to make money? Who wants to raise money? Anybody who doesn't want to raise money, you don't have to be here, okay? Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to speak to the audience. It's all about raising money. I think the biggest problem startups have is not the idea, not the prototype reality, it's raising money and the research. So in today's session, we are not going to sell anything. We are not selling you anything. We're just giving you some ideas how do you build your pitch to funders, to attract towards your pitch, towards your story, and start talking to you. This is right. So my name is Hamad Siddiqui. I'm the co-founder and the executive director of Canada Startup Association. We are a not-for-profit. We work with startups and we help them grow. A lot of startups that work with us go to international. So we are the official partners with Greatest and Expo Lifestyle, which is the official exhibitors to talk about the importance of UAE. We are the largest in the world, and the next big year is actually happening
Thank you for the introduction. Hi everyone here. So I know it's after lunch, but we will get the energy a little higher in the room. So let's have questions. Okay, how many here are startup founders or have a startup that you work with? So startup, small business, a company that you're looking to scale up. Okay, one, two, how many of you are thinking about it?
Basically, we help startups that are already there too. It's just like someone if you're a startup that has an idea, you have started earning revenue, but you just want more of the investment to expand, and we can help you with that too. We can connect you with the investors, accelerators, incubators. We connect you with stakeholders who can help you guide and upscale your business because we want you to have a unique relationship with your customers. A few years.
It's like new to them.
We've been around a few years. You can scan this, learn fill out a form, learn more about us, and these are just our websites.
Are you exhibiting here or are you just attending? You're just attending? A lot of marketing. Here's the...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Good luck. Hi. Sorry, I'm running out of these, so I'm gonna get people to scan from now on. Do I need a what?
I went to an open mic. I went to an open mic. They told me to sit down. Hey, how are you today?
Hello, man.
What's your name? Yeah. So what do you know about World Vision? Do you know anything about us? Yeah. So our program exists in over 60 countries around the world. We serve some of the most vulnerable people in the world through our development programs. It could be bringing clean water. It could be helping them regrow forest that's been degraded. It could be just trying to think of sustainable agriculture and farming, and for them helping them develop their their farming into a small business. Those types of things. So how do we help businesses grow? We're on the corporate side, and we talk to businesses about how these things can help them grow their own business. So for example, a small business we know from the marketing statistics that a lot of potential customers want to know that your business is also doing something good for the planet, or doing something good for people, or doing something good for the community. They don't just want to buy your widget, they don't just want to buy your service, they want to know that they're doing good when they do that. But say you're a small business and you don't really have the money to develop what that good is, or how to get your customers involved in doing that. Because it costs a lot to develop the in-house programming and expertise. We have all of that in-house here because we do this programming and scale around the world. So we can, let's say for $10,000, we can come in and we can help you deliver a cause program, and the interface off the phone. The people, your potential customers, will say, "Oh, well, you're supporting bringing wells to it. I can buy a goat, or I can buy a well, or I can do whatever through you," and you don't have to develop that, because we have that technology here. So your buying of that service now allows them to come in and say, "Wow, I love what you're doing as a business, and I love the cause you're supporting. I'm more likely to do business with you." And we find that helps. Or we can do something, let's say you're the big business up at the top end. So I might be talking to an Air Canada, right? They fly these planes and they have carbon dioxide emissions, right? Because they burn jet fuel. But, they have to bring their emissions down. Well, they're not going to have an electric plane, but we can help them offset. Well, you're never going to have an electric plane, and everybody knows it. But, so what do? We can help them offset the carbon dioxide they produce. So bringing back that forest that we do, we can do that at such a size, that it can help them to sequester massive amounts of carbon dioxide in new growth that helps, so, and what's the benefit? Well, at the other end, that young fella there in his village draws income from the forest. It could be the nut off the tree, or it could be the fruit off the tree. They breathe the cleaner air because it's absorbing carbon dioxide that it never did before, right? Because the forest was degraded. So they get livelihood and benefit out of that. For a company that has to solve their carbon emissions problem on the other side, they're looking to pay for solutions. So we just take their money and we put it back into the programming that benefits that. It solves their business problem, and it helps transform lives from small all the way to national scale. Because we're big like the International Red Cross. We're big like the UN World Food Program. We're that scale. So yeah. Mississauga. Yes. World Vision Canada, yes. World Vision International, we have the United States, and we have Australia and other partners who have their own headquarters. But yeah, World Vision Canada is headquartered right here in Mississauga. I'm out on the West Coast. I talk to businesses from Manitoba all the way out to BC on a daily basis. Yeah, so I'm talking to the WestJets and the oil and gas companies and So my job is to do that. I talk to everybody from a car dealership or a small business all the way up to a major oil and gas company, and we just talk to them and say, "What are your needs? What are you looking for? You want, for example, with an automotive dealership, we talked to one in GTA a couple of years ago. And we said to them, we think the community around you is extremely diverse, but the sales mentality in automotive dealerships is a one-size approach that says things like, well, we'll offer everybody the employee discount, and that's our promotion, or it's the end-of-year sale, and we can deeply discount this, and they generate sales that way, or here's our new car product, or whatever, and that's how they drive their sales. But we said to them, look, the communities are increasingly more diverse around you. We think that we can help you boost your sales, close more sales among visible minority communities because we're a diverse product. We believe that they will identify with the cause you're supporting. And so we came in and did a cause marketing campaign with them where we said for $100 on the hood of your car, every sale that you make on a new car goes to what we do, and that adds up to an aggregate amount of, it might be 10 or let's say 20 or $50,000, however long you want to run your program and how many sales. But that goes to a cause. they understand that cause is helping, maybe it's helping people in countries they came from, right? Or they understand that you're different, and because you're involved in a cause, you're better than the guy across the street. It might be that reason, right? And that's why I'd like to close a deal with you instead of them. So there are a lot of reasons why potential customers come to the market, and it may be that extra reason or two why they're now saying, I want you as my partner instead of the guy across the street, right? And so what we found out when we did this is that not only did they got the good public relations out of it, right? People felt goodwill that they were involved in the cause. We found that they closed more deals with more customers, in particular visible minority communities. So diversity allowed them to do more. And now it's set them apart from other dealers. So we've gone out now and talked to other dealerships and said, we have a provable model now. You think you're giving up, however much, $100 a car to us. What are you getting in return on the other side of it? Your sales are going up, and now you've got customers who are going to identify with you and stay with you longer because of the promotion that you ran with us, and they love the good work that you're doing besides selling a car. And that's what we found out happened. So now now that we've proven that, our other car dealers are going, well, let's talk now, because I want to boost my sales too. And some of that we have to educate them too. Did you know, like I come from Calgary, did you know that 40% of the residents in Calgary identify as a visible minority? Yeah, well, we kind of knew it was happening, but do you know how to connect with them? So here's what we did in Toronto, which is 57% of people identify as a visible minority. Here's what we did for a dealership. Here were the results for them. And here's what we think we can do in terms of increasing the sales. And if we do this for 3 years, let's see how even further we can solidify your advantage in the market. And so we're getting a lot of conversations. So that's even at a car dealership level. But we can do it for a small business, right? We can develop a phone-based solution that the customers can say, oh, I like your company and I like your product. Oh, and you have a cause. So, we'll buy a goat or we'll do something like this that goes to benefit something. And we do that for an affordable buying cost of you. Or we can do employee engagement. Companies who have lots of employees. We come to them and they come to us and say, we have a morale problem. Our employees aren't really connecting. We need better productivity out of them. And we say, well, we have a cause that they can rally around, and we'll do a global 6K walk with them. We'll help their company put on a global 6K walk. Why 6 kilometers? Because that's how far that young girl, who's not a teenager, has to walk from her family to get fresh water to bring to her family in her village, right? And all the vulnerabilities she faces. And oh, by the way, she's not in school getting an education, all the other stuff. We want to change her life, and so we help them. This cause helps us do that, her life and everybody else like her life, and allows the company to bring their community together. So Magna, who's an auto parts manufacturer in the sort of Kitchener-Waterloo area, Magna said we need to get our employees more galvanized and feeling better about our company and what we're involved in. So we said we have a cause that you can rally your company around and rally your employees around. And this Global 6K Walk, they have 1,500 employees who come out and participate in this, and they raise $100,000 to help the cause. And what do they get at the end? Well, surveys show that you get 45% more productivity out of people when their morale is higher. And so they get $1 return in more sales and more marketing and more, of all the things that they do, because the workforce is happy, engaged, and they're happy not about what you're building, they're also happy that you're doing good in the world, and they're part of that. Exactly. So we just offer solutions all the way up from the smallest to the biggest. And we just turn around with that revenue and we put it into the programming, and every life like his or hers, the girl we talked about, gets transformed. And the cumulative effect of all of that is that we're not just changing individual lives, but we're now doing it at the scale of entire countries. So we're changing millions of lives like his or hers. And and everybody's business is playing a small to a large piece of that. So that's the excitement of what we do. And so we dream out loud with companies and say, well, what's your need? Talk to me about it. And then it's like, how much impact do you want? How much budget do you have? And then we figure out a solution that kind of works for them. And that's the world that I help people dream, and then I help them solve solve the problem, we can. Not, it doesn't always work, but a lot of the time it does, and that's what we do. I believe that every conversation is a possibility.
Now she's getting sick. First comes last the other side.
Yeah.
Of it. And it does make sense. It does make sense.
Good.
So whenever we decide to
Please do. Did I give you my card already? No, my business card. Good. Let me do that for you. Yeah. And don't worry that it says Western Canada. I'll talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Thank you very much.
And if you need somebody closer to home who can, when you to manage the relationship further, I can connect you to somebody here in Ontario already who does the same thing I do, and whatever. But we want to see you succeed. That's ultimately good for you, but it's also good for us and the people that we serve. So your success is our success in there. So all the best to you. Thank you for your time.
All right. You guys will get me a virtual assistant if I need one?
Yes, sure.
And what to do? Do you vet them for me and my idea?
And you get to vet them as well. Like, there's a walkthrough where you come on and you get to interview them.
You're Amit? And they speak English.
That's correct.
So walk me through the process. I contact you, you already have someone you've met based
No,
on
so
what
we do it in a customized manner.
Okay.
We take down the requirements.
Yeah.
Then we go out, do the sourcing, get you a shortlisted pool.
Yeah.
Then you come on board, you get to have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Vet them for yourself as well. We provide the resumes well in advance. And I'm sure you'll like at least one or two individuals given the process that we have in place. And yeah, once you like somebody, we get into an agreement, we release an offer letter, get the onboarding done, take care of all the heavy lifting, be it the structure and other part of hiring. And yeah, the employee is yours, just managed by us.
Okay. So what is it like? Do we pay you monthly or we pay you
So this
one
would be a
time?
monthly invoice.
Right.
Obviously depending on the hourly rate, there is no other hidden cost, and it would be on month-to-month basis.
And to do the onboarding, that's like a one-time fee or?
There is no charge for that.
Oh, you only pay when you get the monthly going?
You only pay when somebody is onboarded and completes the first month. That's the first time that you pay.
Okay. And you're stationed here in Toronto?
I'm in Mississauga. My partner is out of Scarborough. Our office is in Montreal.
Scarborough? Is that I know?
You can cover up the GTA, right? You've got a business card or something?
Hey, I'm out. I am out of card.
Oh, no worries, just get in touch with me and we can have a call and let's go from there.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Can you provide your email ID if you don't?
Yes, it's
Tell me. Or you want to write it down?
This is also the website.
Okay. .ca. And your name, please? You want to put down your number in case we don't connect over here? But for sure we'll reach out and we can have a chat and what's your requirement and we can go about it that way. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, man.
How are you?
From
the list?
Uh,
You buy them, put them on the side, and they just put it together.
No. We build them. But this is an interesting kind of concept. It's an industrial complex. So, for instance, for small businesses who, let's say they've been working out of their garage or a small space, they're not ready to be in it. They don't have the money to go buy something big. Well, you can rent or lease, and so let's say a CNC machine wants to go here. Let's say a tradesperson. Let's say a bakery. Let's say, but industrial, not retail. Industrial. Let's say. Whatever your company is, B2B, online, whatever, you can work in it here and lease it in here. So we're located about an hour north of here in a place called Breckton, which is in the Romera County. Romera.
You know where Georgina is?
Yes.
20 minutes north of Georgina.
Right. Okay.
Right there. Yeah.
That side is nice. I like it.
Yeah, well, and also, this is what I've been saying to some people is from a price pointing perspective, if you're going to go up there and you're going to spend, $1,500, $1,700, $2,000 a month, I think that a small business, small to medium-sized business can do that. They're not going to be retrofitting and doing something right in the core of the GTA. It's not affordable. So how do you get these businesses who are too big to be working out of their garage, right? And how do you get them to move? Well, then this is a natural option.
And this is what the building looks like?
Yes, yeah. And this is the one, and then Ali is the one that is working on this project.
Yeah, I think my last shirt off you, please.
I'm sorry, I saw you standing there,
No,
but you left.
Yeah,
okay. What kind of business you guys are into?
We're farming. We can't move. We can't move the land.
So you're farming where?
You're farming?
Or cash crop or? Okay. So we have a Christmas tree farm in Guelph. My husband and I have a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, well, I consider about the farming capital of Canada.
No, it's not.
And Kelowna in
BC.
BC.
It's beautiful.
If you take out the grain, these are the two places where you have, because it was, that's where not only the ministry, you have research,
Yeah, the university.
everything surrounding farming
So what
goes
do
on.
what do you farm?
Just cash crop, just lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, CSA. We're doing for this season.
Okay.
Once it get cold, we're out of there.
Yeah.
I guess warm, we're back in.
I wasn't sure when you say cash cropping. I wasn't sure if you meant like soybeans, corn, barley, things like that.
Usually they don't call it cash crop, they call it grains.
Yeah, grains. Yeah.
I was telling you, it's regulated, you have to get machines, too much to go in,
So you're in Brampton.
Brampton and Kelowna.
Yeah, you're not far from me. I'm just between Guelph and Arras. Our farm. That's where my farm is.
Outside the GT, anything outside the GT is far.
Yeah. Okay, that's how you say it.
It's like, but you know what? I like anywhere that is. I don't like going beyond Highway 7 south.
Right.
I don't like that. Just come in here, I took the subway. If I was to drive, so.
You came from Mississauga on the subway?
No.
Markham. Where did you park? In Finch?
Don Mills, man.
Oh, Don Mills.
I don't want to drive too far. Don is as closest. Let's park there. And the subway there, right?
I just drove in from Guelph this morning. So my family all has their farmland all in Saskatchewan. So my sister really farms. So out there, they call it sections and quarters.
Yes.
I know they have over 30,000 acres.
I have
no idea. I have no idea what that means. Acres. So I don't even know how many sections or quarters. She talks the language. I got to go out there. I'm not going to go see my sister, but one year they did flax. So I got and they let me take the John Deere with the propane, and all you do is after they harvest, it's the most fun thing you've ever done in your life. I have pictures. You touch with the propane, you burn the fields. And it's just like acres and acres, and then you just burn everything, and you literally burn it to the ground. It's so fun, so much fun. That was my farming experience.
You're pro now.
Correct. So what they do is because flax is so hard on the ground, my other brother went to university for soil, and he's an agronomist. So he will take all the testing, and then they'll redevelop and put the stuff right back in the ground, and then they flip the crop to something else. And now in Saskatchewan, what they did this year for planting is they will actually do two different things like corn and barley or flax and canola on the same field.
And apparently that's a new way of doing it. They've only done a smaller amount just to see how it's going. But they did it last year, amazing harvest, so that they're going to do it this year. Yes, but they don't do it.
Yeah, because this grain is always a wonder crop.
Yeah.
No,
they do.
finally.
That's what they're doing. Finally. And they'll see there's tons of research on it, but everybody's afraid to try it. But my brother-in-law is young, and his daddy won't do it. Now he's like, well, I'm going to try it. So, yeah, that's how they do it.
But they do it in the Expo Center.
Oh, they do?
You grow lettuce here, background.
Yeah.
You can't come back and grow lettuce here.
That's how they.
Yeah, they rotate.
Or like, yeah.
So rather than plant this here, because it's a group. So rather than plant lettuce this year, you plant tomatoes.
It's funny because now we're learning. I'm trying to learn how to
Well, I don't know what they're ever going to plant on our farm because all I have is Christmas trees. And the amount of acidity in our soil. I don't even know what they're well, you have to cut it all down and then plow it all under. Like, I don't even know what they would ever be able to do. You'll never be able to do anything.
Come at work.
Do other stuff.
Yeah.
You have to cut down and do a little.
Well, we're moving off that farm. We're done with the Christmas trees, so.
No Christmas.
Somebody else is going to have to take it on. I went to the golf course. I went to a golf, Somebody else has to make Christmas magic. I'm done. So, we're moving to the golf courses.
I've been a good boy all year.
Yeah. That's what they all say. So have you found it good today for you?
Yes, we're going around and meeting some interesting things and seeing these kind of options.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing. I am also gathering information from people that I know.
Yeah.
I think it might be
Right.
This is a great idea where you can move out, get somewhere, and then being in the location you are, I'm sure the lease is not as exorbitant as
under like 2,500 or less. Like,
If a storefront in Queen Street,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, it gives people a chance to get themselves off the ground and build their business. I hope it was a good day for you.
As a farm on the shelf.
Yes, I know, right?
All right.
Christmas tree's gone. You ain't doing no more
Leadership?
Yeah.
What is it you do?
Like training and coaching. Leaders, yeah. What do you do?
We're in farming.
In pharma?
Farming.
Oh, what kind of farm? His family.
One-year crops.
In Toronto?
In Ontario.
I will pray for you.
On the waterfront. That's good. Brampton and Caledon in the conservation area. We need to the system to support agriculture. So.
We've been to guys to the conference.
Huh?
We've been to guys to the conference.
Yeah, they asked for money, so we are here. We like to smell it.
Yeah. Who are you selling to?
Well, most of the customers are in GT. Toronto and also our customers.
Is it restaurants or?
No. They pay us in advance in February, and we go and deliver during the summer. So we take it to our clients every week. So once a month.
Like somebody like me.
So we take it to the house and we come out of cards.
I didn't think anyone was going to give out cards. Like I thought it was all digital.
I've been asked, just like what you asked me, I've been asked and I've been giving. I didn't come prepared.
Yeah, we want some fresh food. We have a big void of fresh food in our world.
Yeah, we would love to have some kind of garden or something, but we live, me and my husband, and we live up north. That's too cool. Like it's difficult to.
The only problem with up north is the Canadian shit, right? You only get this amount of soil, so it's not that good for us. If you want to go big tomatoes, it's not that good for right? Because of the Canadian shit. It's good. It's good for lettuce, especially winter lettuce, because it's so cool. They grow very fast in the
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm very ignorant when it comes to farming. You guys had a farm.
But we were like more like chickens and turkeys.
Good money.
I don't, yeah, it's interesting because they're two very different kinds of farming. Now that I really think about it.
Livestock is different.
Poultry farms, so chickens, ducks, turkeys, guinea fowl.
So in Kenya.
Sausages.
What are those good ones? Nairobi?
Nairobi, yeah.
It's very good.
Familiar.
I'm curious to see, because, Kenya, especially is it Mombasa, that's by the sea?
That's yeah.
Right. You see the developments the Chinese are
Oh,
doing.
it's amazing. We were there not too long ago until like the whole railroad. Well, actually, they were smart, right? They said, hey, here's some debt to build the railroad.
Yes.
And then 5 years later, they said, oh, you can pay your debt, so now it's their railroad.
Yeah.
And they did that across the whole Belt and Road Initiative, right?
It's always a need, and I don't know why people keep
Happened in
getting caught.
happened in Kenya, Pakistan, Greece. So like that's the whole One Belt. They own the One Belt Initiative. Belt and Road Initiative.
So between Mombasa and Nairobi, has there been significant development between us?
Huge, like massive. I mean, first of all, this is the entire rail system. It's crazy. And yes, the rail system, hotels, all the infrastructure, like all the plants. Like I remember, like even to like Masai Mara before all dirt roads, and now it's completely paved all the way.
Right.
And the business in Kenya is huge. You have more people in Kenya than in Canada combined. Really? Like 45 million people.
I don't have the highest number of cell phones in Nairobi, I think, in the world. Yeah.
I keep forgetting that we're a large country, but the population is.
I'm pretty sure like France is bigger than us.
One city in some countries.
I think France has like 25 million people. It's pretty ridiculous. We have the most land per square. We have the most square foot per person in like the entire world by a long, large.
I think of Canada, I'm like, yeah, we are large, and then they hear one city, like, oh, we're just one city. The whole country.
I think all of our mega cities combined is like less than New York. We're very weird at it. It's like basic farming.
It's true. It's true. So how do you see that in terms of business here in Canada as opposed to business in Kenya?
That's a good question. I mean, I would say like Kenya, in its fundamental nature, is a very entrepreneurial country.
Yes.
So like from the get-go, like there's small shops everywhere. Everyone's doing something.
Yes.
Everyone has a game that's going on, and everyone's. Yeah, so this would be like people really late to get started with things.
Yeah.
But here you have more due process and everything else. So I don't know, business is big, right? So
You hire a lot of developers from Kenya.
yeah, actually my guy I work with mostly is from Kenya. And, yeah, I don't know. I would say that Kenya is very smart, very educated people. So yeah, I don't know, all the countries.
It is based on what I'm seeing and people that I'm communicating with. It is popping.
Yeah, like if you like Microsoft, all the big guys, all of them, huge offices in Kenya. So, I don't know, you got the coast, you got the tourism, you got corruption to smooth things along.
Yeah, so your business, you train employees like in sales and AI and.
Great question. So I help leaders lead better. So if they're already like maybe an SME, it might be like the founders of the organization, and suddenly they're starting to grow the company, and now they need to show up in a leaderly way. Like how do I create engagement with my people, team effectiveness? How do I adapt my leadership style depending on who I'm speaking with? That's what I help do. So these are my clients down here. These are the kind of companies who hire me to do executive coaching one-on-one or to do team-based work with a group of people and things like that.
Build businesses, right? The business is doing well, money is coming in and stuff. But they are workers, they're not leaders, they're not managers.
Right.
So here they have a team, and how they interact is like.
Especially when you bring people in to lead from a technical perspective, or they're good at what they do, and now they're 10 people under them, 20 people under them, like they're like, how'd I grow?
This is not the technical people bringing up. Talk about owners.
Yeah.
They're both out to build it, but they are not leaders.
Yeah.
Right? Sure. Alright,
and then it gets worse. Like if what many mistake they make is that because they do it this way, you have to do it this way. Right?
Dictatorships.
They know it works this way, but you don't do it exactly. It's like you're not working like.
How do we create space for each individual to show up and bring what their benefits are to the table? Not everybody needs to look, sound the same. We need that diversity. We need people that bring their strengths to the table. Nobody's perfect. So it's great when you have a complement on your team. How do we balance each other out and draw out those strengths? Yeah, that's what we do.
What I'm finding that these owners who now have this business, they're not the ones asking you for your services, right? Other entities that we're familiar with that are pretty much understanding this, they bring you in because they understand the value of it. But how do you convince these guys to bring you in? Because the moment you tell them to bring you in, it's like money. We're going to spend all this money.
That's why we're here. Trying to find them.
Yeah, we're experimenting here because, clearly I've worked with a lot of the really large organizations who get it. So this is my first time at a trade show. I've never done this before. I have worked with some smaller organizations, like Great Scott CA is a small company. Some of the mining companies are very small that I've worked with. So somehow, I think a lot of them worked at another large company before and they understood, but I don't know about this community if they would truly understand the value. But they came onto our website. We just have so many testimonials of how we've changed lives. Like so many people come into the workshop like this or into coaching like the 4-step coaching and they hate me and they don't want it at all. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, this is game changing, and they leave a different person. So he was actually one of my coachees of a small organization. And then he's like, this coaching was life changing and he ended up putting a
the ultimate testimonial.
Oh, congratulations. Coach of the year.
This is my walking testimonial. So, but you're
You see, you did too well. It's your fault.
You can only pull that move once.
Yeah.
The next
It's been a lifetime of free coaching.
But that's good, though. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That's a very good story.
It's helped me develop my business and my outlook, and my life has been game changing. So.
But I really have an eye on those owner operators because I have worked with one before, and they're saying you get training.
Yeah.
And you come back with the training, but at the same time they're telling you how to do it the same way.
Right. So
And you
they're
wonder
really the ones
why.
who needed the training,
And the training is government related training. So it's not like something that's optional. But they're telling you.
That one, I think that's the one we call the tick the box exercise.
Yeah.
Like food safe. Learn this. You're gonna have your meat at 160 degrees. You're like, no, don't worry, it's good. Forget about it. It's fine. Let's keep it in there.
Money to get the training and then you're telling not to do it. And you know if your plan is correct, you can even be shut down.
When I first started, so 11 years ago in my own company, I got asked to do sexual harassment training by one company. So I went in, I met with the team, the leader was there, and then the leader stayed for maybe 10 minutes and left. And I was training, and they're like, Joanna, you can stop right now. I'm like, why? And they're like, because the problem is the leader who just left. I'm like, so all of you are stuck in my training because of that guy. And they're like, yes. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And so I won't do that training again. Because I think that you have to start at the top. You have to make sure, that your leaders are doing the right thing.
It is male, I see that like I said, especially the owner operators. The thing with owner operators, they are the HR.
They are the HR, the chief bottle washer.
They are the human rights advocates.
Well, you know what? That's probably why a lot of startup founders get out of their own company.
Like, what
I have to work with the maids, take breakfast with the maids, take lunch with the maids. What time am I supposed to go? With the maids. One guy he said, oh, where are you going? You're going home to tell me 8 hours. So I take breakfast with the maids, come in with the maids, lunch with the maids. But I hate it. This time, you know, I can't go. It's long. It can be 8 hours. No, you go up and in an hour of my life. Nope. So you just need to stop and see what it tells you. And he did about 40 something years ago. So at that one position, so he said that way, so it's that way. That's
bad leadership. Yeah.
And this is poison. I'll tell you, let's catch because I know if I come to work, it starts at 7, it starts at 7, go break at 7:50. All over. You lunch at 12, you lunch at 12, my 8 hours.
Yeah.
Next time. I tell you, no, let me carry higher. Or you carry your truck. You're doing this because you come and do 40 years doing it that way. You want to work very hard. So he's taking back my lunch hour to get income. Nope, ain't working.
That's awesome. He's lucky. He can take it higher. The higher is the owner.
Right. But no, you can do it. Sit down and show off.
Yeah.
So
if you go big warehouse,
sneak it in. Sneak it in. Sneak it in.
When that's the big difference in you said Canada, can you like here you can stand up for yourself. Yeah. They'd be like, you work the lunch hour and 6 hours after, and then you're staying here.
Yeah, the person has to want the coaching. Because they have to want more for themselves to be a better leader. If they don't want that, then there's nothing I can do for them.
I agree.
yeah, but if you know anyone else that's coming and
You're telling them what to do.
engineers, civil engineers, lawyers, we have everyone.
And then we have
our
business going fall, you will go to the whole of Canada to for the property.
materials are cheaper stuff like in Canada or across the world. We can
Firing.
build your warehouse, space, storage space, whatever.
What people work with. Farmer want to work with. What you do for Ontario? They don't see it like that.
Whereas if it's still coming in,
Let's call it like
whereas if they're the best in the industry.
Yeah, it's still coming, but I called him last week. He's not here.
where is it that helping people
So
who
where
want
you going? You know he's going to follow me. And he like that business. They're doing and before I get back to call me right here, yeah, come right. But use the problem. And when she tell me the problem now, how much staff you went through in 1 month? You went through about 60. You went through 60. Who's the problem? Can't be all 60 in it.
Right.
Can't be
What's
all
the
60
common
in it.
denominator? Who's the problem, actually?
Who is the problem? We went through 60 people in 1 month.
Yeah.
I
wonder what.
And this happens everywhere, all the time, every industry.
But they come around very slowly.
Yeah.
We went to 61 month, gone to 120 another month. It's like somebody listening. This body call for John Brown.
Well, those aren't the ones I've seen. I haven't seen one thinking like that yet.
They do.
When they see the carrot,
I just haven't seen
money coming in, but you start coming, doing 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and gone. I better go. She built a rapport in the 2 weeks I was there. She looking for to work me. I called for she, because she don't know I'm coming straight. She get bum. She on ball. She in there, I vex. Alright, you can try something. Back on ball and everything. But you want to 60 people like that. You're counting all in all.
It says everything.
And so what about the cost of that? cost of training, the cost of
Don't worry, we have Joanna who will fix all of that.
I'll call them. Nice to meet you guys. Enjoy. Hopefully a good summer of growing. Yeah.
And if you're hiring on construction.
Yes. You guys growing some big tomatoes this time. Huge tomatoes. Biggest tomatoes.
I know how to grow tomatoes right now. Just smart you are, bro. Keep your money.
Spending time with us
This come around, but this come around too low.
That'll be good, but me not say that. Me not say that.
But this no, this come around very low. Very, very about 10,000 customers.
No, so that don't do that. That's a way you see at the time.
No, but they come around very, very, very slowly. When business start to drop, but the business drops after everybody keeps moving out. It drops. So when it drops,
I get what you're saying. Some do,
and some rather catch and drum.
You got that right.
It's their way or your way. John Brown won't work their man. So when John Brown work their man, what happens to John Brown? Can't tell the life from John Brown. Because John Brown got another company. In another company services. And the people that he had want
Exactly.
So Tiger start to reveal the one that
Software companies such as yours, all we need to do is like put in our report. That's fun.
I keep on hearing everyone say that.
But you know, without LinkedIn, it's working.
Looking at your shirt.
because it's looking about
Yeah, long time too.
Yes.
Are you small business owner? Small business owner?
Yes. Which page are you at? Oh, you're here. So what does that mean? It means that if I need you guys to do all of my AI issues, I just contact you guys and you will do it for me.
Wire them, do everything for you.
And you take the cousin.
That too. That too.
So how exactly would it work?
So, say for example, you want a contract written up between you and an employee, you can actually get us to do that for you.
So,
But you're letterhead, of course,
I hear that you work with human resources.
if you want to, say the handbook written up for your company, we can also do that with all your policies and everything like that. If you need any legal representation when it comes to between you and your employees, of course, not court, between you and your employees. Narita here is
I'm
a
a
company
developer
and she's been doing this for 30 years.
I call
Throughout
like my
multiple companies,
maybe drop off
the
my CV
WWE,
and maybe
Government Health Services, something.com, I can't remember the name of it, the gambling site. All these companies. So she will do the onboarding, she will do the training, she will do everything for you if that's what you want. Now, you can do it in fractional, so you can just do it by pieces, or you can get the whole cycle if you so choose. And of course, she's picking up no space in your office, so you don't even have to pay for hydro for that. So everything will be done from the outside. So when the employee get fired, they're coming to look for you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Because HR is not there.
Not you,
Not me.
That's the part I need help.
Then you call Narita.
So you guys don't need employee conflict. You don't need conflict management.
Do I deal with conflict management?
Conflict management. Yes. Because in organizations, you have conflict.
Everything in HR is a conflict, right? No, truly, it is. In HR, there's a lot of
For example, employee they just going to pay, they go in and speak to the personnel.
Employee relations.
You deal with that too?
Employee relations is pretty much 90% of what I do. I listen to, when I work in the corporate world, which I don't work in the corporate world anymore, and I did, 80% of my day is listening to employees complain about something. It's called employee relations in corporate.
I know people who are in it, and I was one of those employees who complain too, so I'm very well aware of it. My overtime, this, that. So I just say that this can be a source to your company.
Which company?
If I am outsourcing that part of my HR life, can I outsource it to you?
Yes, any part. So the best part about me is that I work with mental health. The way that I deal with employee relations is a little bit different. It's very human-centered. So I rather listen.
You don't tell them that I am right?
It's the way I work.
Okay.
I don't believe in a top-down approach at all. I believe in treating people like humans, compassion, empathy, that type of thing. That's the energy that I like to bring to the staff. I don't like to be top-down, like you have to do this or you shouldn't.
It's in the book. They would read it in the book. And if it's in the book, it's the law.
So
Right?
that's the importance of employee management. Because you have policies and procedures. So the policy says you're supposed to do X, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. If the employee is not, then you have to talk to the employee and say, sir, ma'am, you read it, you signed to it, we need to adhere to it. There's a way of delivering, right? If you deliver it in a way that condescending, angry, that's not going to help the situation. It's going to make it
Oh, definitely. It's going to make it worse. Definitely.
So I take it from the board. So I do. Yes, that's what we need for fractional. We can just do parts of each one. We don't have to do
But is it is it like a monthly subscription? Just as you need it.
Exactly.
And if you want to retain you, we can also have that arrangement.
Yes. It's like I can be committed, but then I can't be. I don't want to be committed. Like, it's both ways.
When things go south, I want you and Susan to be there. And you look, I'm running down the road.
I worked for 30 years, and I've never had the freedom of calling the shots the way I want. So even though I was the head of HR, I wanted to be more creative, and this allows me to do that, and it allows me to help small businesses who need the help. A lot of small businesses can't afford to have an HR person on site. And they should, because out of everything in this room right now, this is the only thing that's legislated. This can put you in jail.
Yes, it does.
And it can cost you a lot of money, right? And that's the emphasis I wish people would understand. These are laws. And I just happen to be an employment law expert. So I like to incorporate a lot of that. Plus, I'm very into diversity. And a lot of other companies don't understand the nuances of working with a diverse group, right?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. Like, we have very different work cultures.
So like, you can hire an HR from, let's say, True North. But will they know how to deal with a different set of cultures, probably, right? So when you're doing employee relations, you have to be able to identify with what the person's saying, right? They can have a very legit thing, like I pray on Saturdays because my religion requires me to pray on Saturdays, right? Some people may not understand that because they're not familiar with, different cultures and things like that. So that's where I kind of feel like I have an advantage, is where I'm very open-minded. I understand different cultures. I understand different religions. I incorporate people who they are into what I do. What do you do? What? Oh!
So a lot of our employees are the plants.
There was, you're not going to believe this, but there is a lady walking around who does agricultural HR. Yeah, she's a Chinese lady or Korean, but she was here, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a niche. And then to have you say, so are you hiring in Canada, or are you bringing?
Coming today, they have harvest, you get paid cash, it is right. I'm here today and I'm confused simply because I have individuals who have businesses employees from mechanics to accountants who now have more employees working. So when I put this thing, oh, maybe this can happen.
Are you a part of the Black Federation of Canada? You're not there.
Very independent.
Well, they're also like a networking group.
I know, I've heard about it.
Yeah. Take my card. If you need me, I reach out. And I don't charge a monthly fee. I don't charge by employees. I basically charge by project. Because I understand people can afford to have a permanent HR person, but you need to be compliant.
Right.
Okay.
Resolve issues, you know. And this will be good because a lot of times, like the own operators, when the companies, their team members are companies, somehow they're not able to communicate with them. And it's always good to have like third party to deal with it.
Well, when you're in a small business situation, you end up becoming friends with your colleagues because
I can understand you.
Small unit, and then you have to deliver bad news or you have to terminate. It's always good to have someone external. So you're not the bad guy. I could be the bad guy.
No, I don't understand them. Like I'm down there and they.
Yeah, that's where you guys come in. I'm running down the field.
No, I honestly put on the farm like a different language.
Things that grow only in summer, and that's it.
So, how's it going with the weather this year?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Where's that?
How it is set up in the whole plant here. And then we grow it.
Okay. So you're getting it anyway.
Right, and what we deliver is what they get. So it's not dependent on if every crop is doing well.
Right.
As long as substantial amount. How do 32 different crops, right?
Oh my goodness.
So it's a substantial amount.
Yeah. Where are you still driving, right?
Okay, so the last, I've been up here, I came back in Tuesday, but the last,
Not in the party. Maybe her, but.
So everything we do after the organic, right? Chemicals,
people are,
permanent structure.
came down,
So training you for you to be compliant, like there's a big emphasis for you.
I need to be shown around.
You need to have your women down right.
We have the ribbons, but that's what's on
Yes.
right? Because I don't
Right.
It's just for me. Some people look at the metrics somewhere on the weekend when they need to help do this, pay them, and that's it. The WSIB is just for me. So when I can't go there, at least have something coming in. But like I said, I have colleagues who have
Others,
business.
yes.
and I see it happening, and it would be nice to have somebody who knows to be that third person.
Yeah, it also helps that I'm an employment law expert, so I can tell you how to get around certain situations. People don't realize, like, hey, you need to be compliant, but do it this way so it doesn't cost you as much. And there's always some way of doing it legally, right? Legally, but
One of the good things you mentioned is that you can do it on a project basis. A lot of times they think you have to have a department for this specific.
Absolutely. I mean, what I'm doing is kind of innovative in one sense. But that's how I am. Like, I've been doing things like in HR that they're now catching up to now. Like a 4-day work week. I started that 20 years ago in the company. I really believe in work-life balance. I incorporate mental health, kindness, wellness. I really emphasize like work-life balance. You know, HR doesn't always be like work. There's a whole other side of it.
I can see it by going in
Whoever I work with, I'm not just going to hand you the employment contract. I'm going to teach you what all these terms are. What do they mean? What does it mean to you? And maybe you don't need to use me next time. Maybe you can write this yourself. You know, like a jerk. That's a big part of what I do. The real jerk or something?
That is with the part, the restaurant part, it's literally
very much. Norita. Thank you very much, Norita. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, my classmate.
Our branding kind of looks like zones. Yeah. I know so.
Hello. Effortless, I like that. How does that work? How does that work?
It's all effortless. We help you from A to Z through the mortgage process. We have a lot of referral partners in terms of lawyers, in terms of real estate agents, in terms of appraisal companies. So whatever your need is, we're there.
It's regardless of your credit score and all that stuff.
You know, so the thing is that we can get everybody approved, right? So the thing is that it's just like an app. There's an app for everything. But it just depends, like the pricing. That's what's going to change. If your situation's a little bit more bruised, then you might have to pay a little bit more. Simple as that.
Yeah, but you can get approved.
One of the things you probably should do is download this one. It's a very updated.
As a self-employed, you might have
Because
infrequent
economy's
income.
down, there's a lot of giggers, a
Can't
lot
get
of
approved.
non-traditional income.
Yeah,
So
might
this
be a
is
bit
meant for
different.
that. So you download
The bank will
that.
look at your bank statement.
And our site is
Whereas,
literally
sorry, the B-lend, alternative lenders will look at your bank statements. The bank will look at your taxes, which a lot of business owners don't show money for taxes, right? So you're not going to be approved for that.
benefits.
So our alternative lenders will look at your bank statement. What's actually coming into the business, right? And so if we're able to make a business case that you can afford the mortgage based on what we're seeing in the bank account, you're approved. Common sense lending.
So you guys located in Toronto?
Yeah, our head office is not too far from Freeway Mall, east of Freeway Mall on Queensway, but we work from home. We work from home.
So I'll scan this, contact you guys.
Yes, my name is Michael. What's your name?
Michael.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem. With a
The values are associated with the colors as well as your industry that you're in. So yeah, we've done this a ton of times. Business Accelerator just around the corner and on the other side, and we actually did this with them, and that's where a bunch of them came. Yeah, like they're drinking a ton. Yeah, it's a perfect
They're not working on it.
Yep. That can really be a place quickly.
The curriculum is unique in the way that it relates to the secondary stage, and this organization provides free programs for entrepreneurs. There's people that may have experienced something that you can kind of
programs.
yeah,
Of course. Some of the program is certificate program, which is for once a week in the evening. And right now we are, if you will scan, you can keep this one, but if you will scan this QR code, you can to our diploma program, which is a full-time 1-year program, 3 times a week in the evening, and it's about the small business. So it's hybrid learning system environment. You can join online via Zoom, or you can be in person. We're based in North York with government skills. Of course, it's more beneficial to be there in person than we can connect with instructors or with program advisors with your classmates. But if you don't have that opportunity, you can always join online. And the Canadian share is for free, but for the certificate programs, there is no fee, no deposit, nothing. You just apply and go through the selection process. If you're accepted, you just join the cohort. For the common program, there is a deposit $3,000 just to secure your spot. So, and once you complete the program, you attend the sessions, you complete your homework, you will get it back. So it's kind of just the security.
Use it to hold us in the program. Yeah.
Otherwise, people hear free program, they apply, and then in a few months they just quit. So they are taking someone else's spot who might be more interested in joining the program. So we are trying to encourage students and entrepreneurs to commit to 1-year program. If not, there is always a opportunity to join 4 months
So these programs, like, how useful are they? Like, you complete it and then you
Well, I would say they are very useful. First of all, it's like it's an opportunity to meet in your classroom. You will have people who are in a stage, like the seed stage or idea stage, or people who have been in the business for 10, 15 years. So it's exchanging some knowledge. Also, you will have opportunity to have one-on-ones with program advisors to discuss your business, not in the classroom, but just you and them. You will also have access to our mentorship database, so you will have someone who can mentor you and help you to grow your business, or maybe give some ideas to pivot it if there's a need for it. And then once you become Yale alumni, you will use all our resources. We have perks for the students, we have some discounts for students from our partners. It's a great community.
Where are you located?
We based in North but for the classes, you can join online. I mean, we do have our we have international program, which is includes me. So international students, they pay for the program, unfortunately. But for Canadians, it's for free. We also have our co-working space and private offices that we rent out to our alumni. Lower price than the market, but still we may.
Yeah, I'll make a note on the app.
Never heard of it, right? Yeah.
Are you entrepreneurs? That's and it's like I know that.
Make your money up front and then you grow and whatever receipts you deliver, right?
Let me scan you from my we are going to what is Thursday chronotech you let me a very like so I'm gonna reach out to all the details. But that's good to know that. Yeah, absolutely. You will have a chance to join us. It's nice to understand
Please do.
You can scan it, apply, and then you go to the next stage of the application.
Thank you very much, Maggie. Yeah, I'll go chat with my schoolmate.
I'm just getting back to Toronto. I was living abroad.
I work in
Under that model, that makes sense, right? Yeah. Exactly. And actually,
that's why they did it sometimes. Oh, you know.
But as you start, as you were telling you, when you start out of a process, you understand? You get to see people mingle with people out of your Philippines. But every day as young people can drive on, you back home. You're wasting your time. Yeah. You're on a bus. You just interact with people that you got to interact with. Of course. People. Stop doing touristy things. You're in tourists. When you do touristy things, you see in tourists. You see the tourist side. You don't see the local side. Boring.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
How's everything?
Not bad.
What's the name? Leroy?
No.
Lorenzo.
You both are Leroy?
That's right. That's right.
No.
That's right. Pick anyone.
Hi, how are you doing?
Castro agility. I didn't know Castro was so agile.
He will explain
So
it.
you guys missed my pitch. I was speaking at 12 actually.
I was speaking to all these people.
So in a nutshell, what we're trying to express as a message is, if you don't have clear procedures, if you don't have a good approach, if you don't have good foundations as a company, it takes a huge hit on your cash flow, hence impacting your bottom line, your numbers, right? So we try to empower that message to make sure that you're efficient, you have a system that can basically integrate all your activities, so your finance, your supply chain, when you deal with suppliers, all this, if you're not being efficient, then cash is impacted. And regardless of what's happening, cash is always king, right?
Yep. Oh,
Right?
you're not making money, you're not in
That's
business.
how I got your attention. Exactly.
When you say have a foundation, what exactly are you talking about?
I'm sorry?
When you say if you don't have a foundation,
Yeah.
what foundation are you talking about?
So foundation, so I'm going to give you an example, okay? A foundation can be, so everyone in the company, so let's say a finance person, a procurement person, a salesperson, when they all work on their side without speaking to each other, it creates silos, right?
No,
when
I
it creates
see.
silos,
Yes.
you're not efficient.
Yeah.
When you're not efficient, it does what? It increases cost.
Yes, it does.
When it increases cost, you lose on cash, right? At the end, your bottom line is also cash. So this is one of the examples on if you don't have good foundation, this is one of the foundations. It just creates negative impacts in your enterprise.
So you're saying the cash flow agility is not just looking at how the money flow, but also how each other interact with each other to enhance
That's right.
that money flow.
Because it's not anything cash inflows and cash outflows. There's things happening before that, right?
And around it too.
Exactly. What do you do when you receive a potential deal from a customer? Are you able to forecast that deal? Are you able to forecast your expenses? Or you don't have the tools to figure out all this stuff, right? So if you're not able to figure out all those information, you become inefficient. Inefficient, I'm being redundant, but I do it on person. When you become inefficient, you increase those costs, you lose some revenues, and it hits some bottom line. And that's the whole story behind cash flow. Okay, because it's wrong to only think cash. There's things happening before that. And that's why I use the word foundation, because if you don't have those foundations, your cash gets impacted. Because cash is king.
Some people phrase it as company performance and some, you have FICO scores for humans, you have some business score for businesses, some people phrase it as that.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing or no?
The what, I'm sorry?
Is it the same thing? Like looking at all the aspects of what will impact the cash flow?
Yeah. So it can be for a small company, it can be for a medium company, it can be for a large company, right?
So at what point would a company say, okay, let me hire you to come in?
Yeah, it's a
Like,
good question.
at what point?
Yeah. So you have systems that answer specific needs based on your size, right? So us now, we have a solution where even though you're a small company, let's say someone that does, let's say, more than 20 million, then we're there to bring you to the next level. So forget your Excel, forget all the little manual work that you do on the side on a piece of paper. You're now able to have an actual tool that do your finances, that can communicate with your suppliers, that can do your payments with the bank. So it's really about the size also of the business, because if you give a system to a business that is too small, it's like giving a Ferrari for someone who doesn't know how to drive, right?
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
So it's a bit similar to that. You need to have a good size to be able to have a good system and then be efficient at some point.
So based on your overall experience, what would you say is like one of the main issues you see in businesses that is affecting the cash flow, but is not money related?
Yeah. One of the issues that I see a lot, so the fact that everything changes, because this is one of the huge challenges that we see. Everything changes super fast. The market changes, technology changes, right? The staff changes, procedure changes. So if you're not up to date with those changes, you're already behind with your competitors, you're already behind with the industry, you're not using the most efficient approach to do some activities, and that again impacts your cash flow because you're not using the right things based on the context of today. So that's one thing. Second thing, one of the things that I've talked about before is we still see a lot of manual things happening.
Yes.
So like I said, they still work on their piece of paper, they work on Excel, a lot of people doing corrections. All this, if you accumulate all this together, it becomes not super practical for the business and increasing cost in the long-term run. So just those two things, it can be simple the way I explain it, but we still see it nowadays with companies.
So in your opinion, would you say that learning to implement AI in your business will be an advantage to individuals?
we can have different opinions on AI, okay? But there is a value added to it, right? And when I say everything changes super fast, AI is one example. AI changes every month.
Every month, it's
right?
fast enough.
How many versions we have on ChatGPT?
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true, man.
So-
A month is too long these days.
Yeah. And now, even for work, like I use AI to do my work, right? If I want something to be explained, summarized, like everything, I'm going to use AI.
Yeah.
Because it's efficient.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But that's it. That goes to the same thing when you use a tool for work. If you want to use AI to give you quick reports, quick KPIs, quick information, quick urgent warnings, it's beneficial. It doesn't harm you.
Right.
Right? The only thing, you need to know how to use it.
Yeah.
If you have too much AI, you're gonna waste too much time on trying to learn it, and then you're not efficient anymore. But AI, there's value added to it. It's unavoidable, to be honest.
It is. It's gonna be like the internet. You know, it's almost like we can't live without it.
You have no choice to accept it.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's different opinions on AI, but it's there to be it's there to be implemented.
So, do you assist companies to onboard with AI or?
Yeah, 100%. So we at Talent we have a lot of use cases where we work on AI to have use cases.
Right.
And even ACP.
Yeah.
So ACP has its own tool for AI. So same thing for Alexa for Amazon.
Yeah.
So for ACP we have something called Joule.
Okay.
Our AI person is Joule.
Okay.
So you can ask Joule, hey Joule, can you pull out a balance sheet? Can you pull out my margins for this month?
Yes.
Can you send this invoice to that customer?
Yes.
So now we have this in a system, which is, if you asked me this 5 years ago, I will tell you no, I'm not going to see it, right?
But now it's here alive.
But now it's here.
It makes life a bit easier.
It's with us.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you have to embrace it. And you said it. It's like internet. People were saying the internet is not useful. You don't know anyone that doesn't use internet, right? Everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
No, they'll tell you it's not useful, and they're on YouTube. I'm like, okay.
If they tell
you
it's
think
not-
you're getting it?
If they tell you it's not useful, then they have an ego. They want to show you that, it's not useful for me.
It's not useful, and they're texting you on WhatsApp. I'm saying, okay, the internet is not useful.
Exactly. No, it's there to be said.
Yeah.
You might see something bigger than AI.
It's coming, man. I mean, I think AI is the groundwork.
100%.
And then you have the step up from there.
100%.
Right? And if you don't get comfortable with the groundwork now, it's very hard to climb.
100%.
It's very hard to climb.
So as I said, I know people that are not a fan of AI, but if you don't embrace it, you're going to be the one losing at the end.
It is true. It is true. So that's what cash flow agility for financial performance is about.
That's right.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Accelerate forecasting, billing, and compliance with SAP flow transformation. Oh, so you specifically design it to meet with the SAP SaaS system?
So we're promoting the SAP system, the ACP system, because it now has a focus on small and medium companies. So that's why we're here. And for instance, when you implement ACP, you're able to tackle those problems that we're showing.
Okay.
So like the manual work, less automation, and when you're able to resolve all that, you become super efficient.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. And with the cloud, you can basically do it anywhere, right?
100%. So it's a cloud solution.
Yeah.
It's not like an on-premise solution. It's really you connect to the web, you put your credentials, and you connect, and then you do your work with that.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And so the service is like a monthly payment system or
So you
one-time
pay. So let's say when you do a typical project, you pay for two things. You pay for services. So when we implement the project, right? So that's a one-time thing because we're there to build you, not to build you, but to train your users and implement the system. Okay? But then you also pay for licenses, right? So you have a subscription based on that.
So you can keep using it.
Yeah, because we're there. It's there to be stayed, not to be changed every 5 years, right? Nowadays, if you want to go to a system, you don't buy something that is cheap and then change in the next 5 years. You want to buy something now because it's reliable, it's strong.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Where to keep it.
You don't want to change. You don't want to change every 5 years, like I said, right?
Yeah, expensive.
And SAP, it's a known system now.
It
so.
is. It's international.
It's
global.
international.
So I love it. Yeah. Thank you very much for spending the
Was
time.
it nice? Was it clear?
Yeah, man, it was good. It was clear.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you very much,
Anytime,
and
huh?
my dear, thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much,
This is another insurance. They can insure almost everything: your boat, your car, your tractor, life insurance, and investments too. Well, thank you all for joining me, and do enjoy the rest of your day.